the pauses like a language. Read your face and knowing not to speak. I held my knees like they were fragile, so they wouldn't land too heavy. I said it's fine, a little too fast. Smiled through things I should have asked. I made myself easy to love by asking for almost nothing. I kept my voice down low so you wouldn't feel me go. I loved you quieter than I should have. Kept my heart behind my teeth. I folded truth into my silence so you'd stay close to me. I turned my pain into patience, called it being kind. I loved you quieter than I should have, and lost myself in the quiet. I waited for the right moment that never seemed to come. I practiced words I didn't say till they forgot my tongue. You start noticing the space where my feelings used to stay. I stayed soft so you could stay while I slowly slipped away. I thought love meant staying small so you wouldn't feel it at all. I loved you quieter than I should have. Let the silence speak for me. I carried us on careful hands so you wouldn't see me bleed. I asked for less each time you pulled away. Told myself that's love sometimes. I loved you quieter than I should have, and that's how I crossed my own line. Maybe love isn't meant to whisper. Maybe I should've let it be loud. I was scared if you heard the truth you'd walk out. I loved you quieter than I should, till my voice forgot my name. I kept choosing peace over honesty, hoping you'd stay the same. If being heard was all I wanted, and that was too much to ask. I loved you quieter than I should have. Now I'm learning how to speak. I won't disappear again. I knew the way you said her name was softer than you said mine. I felt it in the pauses in between your lines. You swore I was important but never first in place. I learned to read the distance written on your face. I kept pretending I was fine with loving you in second line. I made peace with being second, with standing in the shade, with loving you in pieces while she got all your fate. I told myself it's enough to just be close to you, but I was slowly disappearing, trying not to lose. I answered every midnight call like I was who but daylight always pulled you back to the love you wouldn't close. I shrank myself to fit the space you left for me to stay. Turned my needs into silence so you wouldn't walk away. I said it didn't hurt that much, but it did more than I could touch. I made peace with being second, with never being sure, with holding half your heart while she was something more. I wore acceptance like a dress that didn't really fit. I made peace with being second until I couldn't live with it. Maybe love isn't begging to be seen. Maybe I deserve to be someone's everything, not a backup plan, not a quiet in between. I won't make peace with being second. I won't stand in the shade. I won't call it love if I'm the one who's always waiting. I'm choosing something better, even if it's alone. I made peace with being second. Now I'm choosing my own. I learned your silence like a skill. Read your face to guess your will. I made excuses when you changed. Told myself it wasn't strange. I lowered knees, I raised my doubt. Loved you less so you'd stay around. I held my breath, I played it safe. Called it patience, called it faith. I kept shrinking in your arms so you wouldn't see the scars. I pretended I was enough for the way you stopped trying. I told myself love gets tired when it's slowly dying. I blame my heart for wanting more when you gave me less and less. I pretended I was enough, and that was my mistake. Like it was something special. I learned to be easy to love by needing almost nothing. You stopped asking how I feel, like my sadness wasn't real. I smiled so you wouldn't see how lonely you were making me. I learned to carry all the weight just to keep us from the break. I pretended I was enough when you looked right past me. I called it time and called it stress so you wouldn't have to see. I folded pain into my nights, told myself it was just love. I pretended I was enough, but it was never enough. Maybe love shouldn't feel this small. Maybe I wasn't asking much at all. I stayed quiet, I stayed kind while you slowly made up your mind. I pretended I was enough while you were letting go. I loved you like it was my fault that you loved me less. I know if loving you meant losing me, I still would have done it, yes. I pretended I was enough until I had nothing left. I don't pretend anymore. steps when you'd pull away. I felt the words rise in my chest, but swallowed them like all the rest. You said nothing, I filled the space. Smiled like it didn't hurt my face. I told myself love waits its turn, while every silence started to burn. I knew something was breaking, but I was too scared to speak. If loving you meant losing you, then I chose to be weak. I stayed quiet so you wouldn't leave, held my heart where you couldn't see. I let the truth sleep in my throat, just to keep you close to me. I learned how to disappear, right beside you perfectly. I stayed quiet so you wouldn't leave, but you left anyway. I memorized your almost goodbyes, the way you look but met my eyes. I made myself easy to love, asked for nothing, called it enough. I was careful, I was kind, I was always a step behind. You grew distant, I grew small, still hoping you'd choose me at all. I felt the ending coming, like rain I couldn't outrun. I kept pretending we were fine while you were already gone. I stayed quiet so you wouldn't leave, held my tears where you couldn't see. I folded pain into my smile, like it was part of me. I learned how to disappear, right beside you silently. I stayed quiet so you wouldn't leave, but you left anyway. Maybe love shouldn't hurt this slow. Maybe I should've let you know that I was breaking every day, just trying not to push you away. I stayed quiet so you wouldn't leave, lost myself in the in-between. I loved you louder in my head than you ever did with me. If silence was the price of us, I paid it endlessly. I stayed quiet so you wouldn't leave, but you never stayed for me. I finally say it to the room. I loved you more than I knew how to prove. I kept choosing you every day, even when you stopped the same. I told myself this was just love, even when it wasn't enough. I learned to live inside the ache, called it patience, called it fate. I held us together with my hands while you just let it end. I found myself begin to fade, but I was too scared to walk away. I stayed until it hurt too much, loved you past the point of trust. I gave you all the good in me, and still it wasn't what you need. I broke in said you were tired, not unkind. I learned to take what you would give and act like I was fine. I stayed soft so you could stay, while I slowly wore away. I felt the end but stayed the same, still calling it love. I knew the truth, I felt the cost, but I couldn't let you go. I stayed until it hurt too much, held on when it was breaking us. I begged without a single word, hoped you would finally put me first. I lost my voice, I lost my ground, trying not to let you down. I stayed until it hurt too much, and now I'm learning how to stop. Maybe love shouldn't hurt this long, maybe staying wasn't strong. I kept believing you would change while I slowly faded away. I stayed until it hurt too much, until my heart had had enough. I loved you louder than you did and paid the price for all of it. If letting go is how I heal, then this goodbye is real. I stayed until it hurt too much, now I choose myself. I finally walked away. We sat on opposite ends of the same old couch at night, your body close to mine, but your eyes were somewhere else entirely. You answered me in half words, like love was out of range. I kept trying to reach you, but you never really came. No slam doors, no loud fights, just distance growing every night. I was there, you were gone, lying next to me but already moving on. I was holding on while you were letting go. Oh, I was there, you were gone, talking to a heart turned off. We looked like love from the outside, but inside I was alone. I learned the art of silence so you wouldn't feel accused. Turn my hurt into patience, it's like that's what lovers do. You said I was overthinking, that everything was fine, but I felt you slowly leaving, one quiet night at a time. No final words to blame, just love fading without a name. I was there, you were gone, breathing in the same air, but you stopped reaching for me like I wasn't even there. I was holding your shadow while you let us fall apart. I was there in your arms, like maybe losing someone doesn't always mean goodbye. Sometimes it's just watching the light leave their eyes. I was there, you were gone, and I felt it from the start. You left without leaving, you just emptied out your heart. Now I know the difference between loving and holding on. I was there the whole time, but you were already gone. unlock my phone like maybe you'll come back. Your name still lives inside my screen like nothing ever cracked. I type I miss you, then erase the words I shouldn't say. You're somewhere moving on. I'm here reliving then. Every notification feels like it could be you. I'm still texting your ghost in the middle of the night, sending all my okay into no reply. You're not mine anymore, but I can't let you go, so I keep talking to the silence like you still don't know. I'm still texting your ghost. I scroll back to the summer when we said always slow. Your voice inside the old voice notes won't let me let you go. Let me let you go. I know you changed your number, or maybe changed your heart, but every time I almost heal, I fall back to the start. I know you won't answer, but hope won't leave me alone. I'm still texting your ghost like you're just asleep, like we're one apology away from what we used to be. You're already gone, but I'm holding you close to blue. The conversations with a love that's just a ghost, with a love that's just a ghost. Maybe one day I'll delete your name, but tonight it still feels like letting go's the same as losing you again. I'm still texting your ghost, but the screen stays cold. I guess some love stories just fade without being told. You're not coming home, I think I finally know, but it's hard to stop texting your ghost. Yeah, yeah, we met somewhere between a text at night and don't overthink. You held my hand like you meant it, but never said what we were. I memorized the way you smiled, like it was mine to keep. But every time I asked the truth, you changed the scene. You said, let's not complicate it, but my heart already did. We were almost something, almost love, almost real, almost waking up together with no space left to feel. We were almost everything, but not enough to stay. You were almost mine, but almost slipped away. I stayed inside your half promises, like they were full enough. Build a home and maybe while you called it just us. You kissed me like forever, but talked like passing through. I was already choosing you, were choosing you. trace the silence on your face, like maybe it would change. I started shrinking in your arms, so I wouldn't take up room. Turn my colors into calm, just to stay close to you. I blurred the edges of my heart, so you wouldn't see it fall apart. You didn't notice me fading, right there beside you. I was losing my shape, trying to fit into all the space you never gave me, all the love you never showed. You didn't notice me fading until I was almost gone. I stopped asking where you've been, stopped reaching for your hand. Told myself that distance meant you just needed space again. I learned to whisper when I heard, learned to cry without a sound. Every I'm okay, I said, just pushed me further down. I gave you every softer part. You never felt it in the dark. You didn't notice me fading, right there beside you. I was turning to gray while loving you in blue. I was bending, breaking, waiting for you to hold me close. You didn't notice me fading, you just let me go. I was a shadow in your light, standing there in plain sight. If love is seeing someone through, why couldn't you see me too? You didn't notice me fading, but I felt every inch of the girl I used to be slipping through your fingertips. Now I'm finding my color outside your undertone. Oh, didn't notice me fading, so I learned to leave alone. Well, here it goes. You used to reach for me half asleep. Now there's space where your hand should be. You say my name like it's just a word, not something you once meant. The room feels colder when you come home, like I'm already here alone. I watch you drift right in front of me, and you don't even notice. I count the seconds between your calls, the way you don't ask me anything at all. You love me less each day, I felt it every night. In the way you stopped holding on before you said goodbye. You stayed but not the same, your heart was already away. You love me less each day, and I stayed anyway. You don't fight, you don't try, you just look through me when I cry. I lower my voice, I make it easy like love shouldn't hurt this quietly. I miss the way you used to care, like I was something you were scared to lose. Now I'm just here, still loving you while you're halfway out the were slowly letting go while I was still trying. You love me less each day, and I feel myself fade. I held you closer as you pulled away. I begged without a sound, without a name. You love me less each day, and I kept loving you the same. You didn't leave all at once. You just stopped staying.